Hey folks, welcome to the channel and needless to say, please subscribe. Totally non-sponsored, so all I have is you folks helping me. Get ready for some next level camera wizardry. This is quite interesting but also raises a lot of questions in my mind and therefore the video today. Today we're talking about the Hasselblad or the upcoming Hasselblad X2D II, a camera that's supposed to be so smart, it's hopefully going to revolutionize the sluggish AF in Hasselblad medium format cameras, of course, thanks to DJI. It's a shiny new feature, LiDAR, LiDAR or LiDAR. Okay, let's go with LiDAR for the moment. LiDAR enabled autofocus. Will this leapfrog Hassies over their nearest competitor, Fuji? So what in the sci-fi is LiDAR autofocus? LiDAR stands for light detection and ranging. The same thing your home cleaning robot uses to map your rooms and vacuum them. Basically, the camera fires lasers everywhere like it's having a midlife crisis and just bought a lightsaber. Instead of playing hot and cold with your subject like the current Hassies, the sluggish Hassies, it scans the scene with the lasers and creates a 3D map. Now this is supposed to make AF absolutely snappy, and if the DJI Focus Pro is anything to go by, then it is fairly successful too. So what does the Hasselblad promise then? Instant and accurate focus acquisition, of course, even in low light, perfect for photographers who like to lurk quietly in the shadows. So if you are buying Hassies for fun, because you can, and shooting your cats and dogs, then this is the one for you. Fast tracking for randomly moving subjects like children, wildlife, or people dancing in weddings, although I doubt whether a 100 megapixel camera is wise to take to wedding shoots. I shoot weddings all the time. Focus acquisition, even in the periphery of the frame, where currently focus points don't exist. So that's really the promise. Now, let's get to the main section of what questions are lingering in my mind, and feel free to add yours or respond to some of these questions if you think you have some idea about the answers. Of course, every great camera feature comes with a few moments of hey, wait a second, or does this really work? So first, calibration with lenses. Now, LiDAR-based equipment generally requires calibration. You would have seen it in your vacuum cleaner, and even the DJI Focus Pro needs, calibration. Will the Hassie then require calibration with every lens you own first, or will it come with inbuilt calibration for all lenses in the lineup? And even future lenses can be calibrated via probably a firmware update. Will this be plug and play or more play and pray it works? That's the first question. Second, what about tricky scenes? LiDAR sometimes locks focus on glass railings or, your pet iguana. Will Hasselblad figure out how to make it ignore your living room decor and focus on the actual subject? Well, remains to be seen. What about compatibility driving older lenses? One of the questions is, will LiDAR autofocus be effective with the older breed of Hassie lenses, which had probably slow motors, were built for contrast detect focus, and had a lot of glass to move? Like this one, the 81.9 weighs a ton. A lot of glass. What happens beyond LiDAR limits? Apparently, LiDAR has distance limits it can map. So what happens outside those limits? I guess it's some 20 meters or something. Will phase detect take over at that point? Will the focusing systems be integrated? And if yes, will the handoff be seamless or glitchy? And finally, the processing power. All this requires immense processing power. Will Hasselblad or DJI come up with a powerhouse of a processor to manage LiDAR, AI focusing, and 100 MP files all together? This might also be an opportunity for increasing the frames per second, because if your focus is so fast, why not have better frames per second? Again, needing a lot of processing power. Okay, so your turn. Would you use a medium format for action shots if LiDAR delivers that to a 100 MP camera? Will it stage a tiny technical coup in your dormant gear acquisition syndrome? Let me know in the comments what you think. And like I said, if you have any thoughts, leave a comment. If you have any answers or more questions, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you and see you soon, hopefully with a Hazy in hand to test.